There's a secret language all around us. It's not English or Spanish. It's the language of numbers. And what if I told you it helps us understand everything from our favorite sports to the weather outside? Well, today, we're going to crack the code. Let's jump right in.
Whoa, okay, look at all of that. It's just a giant jungle of numbers, right? On its own, it looks like a total mess, kind of like a puzzle with all the pieces just dumped out on the table. But believe it or not, hidden inside all that chaos are some really amazing stories just waiting for us to find them.
So, how in the world do we solve a puzzle like this? What if you had a special tool, a secret decoder to make sense of it all? A decoder that could turn this crazy number jungle into a super clear map. Well, guess what? You're in luck. Let me introduce you to your secret decoder. It's a really powerful language called R. Think of it as our special tool that lets us talk to computers using numbers, and it's going to help us uncover all those hidden stories.
Okay, so R is kind of like a super smart translator. You can give it a whole bunch of confusing numbers and poof, it translates them into pictures and stories that we can actually understand. It's a programming language, which really just means you can give it instructions, almost like telling a very smart robot exactly what to do. And this robot, it is an absolute expert when it comes to data.
So, where did this amazing tool even come from? Well, it was actually created by two friends, Ross Ihaka and Robert Gentleman. They wanted to build something awesome for statistics, which is just the science of learning from numbers. And you want to know the best part? They made it totally free for everyone to use, share, and even improve. It's kind of like a public library where anyone can come in and use the books.
All right, now for the really cool part. Let's see R's magic in action. We're going to watch how it can take a simple, kind of boring list of numbers and transform it into a visual story that our brains can understand in a split second. So let's imagine your class held a vote for a new pet. Here are the results, just laid out in a simple table. Now, you can read each line to figure out who won, but it takes a few seconds, doesn't it? Your eyes kind of have to jump around, and the winner doesn't immediately pop out at you. But check this out. When we feed that same list to R with just one simple command, boom, it creates this awesome bar chart. Instantly, you know the winner. The tallest bar, the kitten, is the clear champion. It's like a race where the tallest bar zooms past the finish line first. There is absolutely no doubt who won here. And that, right there, is the secret to being a data detective. R takes all those messy, confusing numbers and turns them into clean, clear pictures that tell a story at a single glance. It helps us see the patterns and understand the big picture right away. But R isn't just for fun things like class pet votes. Oh no. Real-life data detectives are using it this very second to solve some of the world's biggest and most interesting problems. So let's take a quick look at where you can find R out in the wild. You bet. Sports teams use R all the time to analyze player stats. Like how many goals someone scores or how fast they can run. All that data helps coaches build the ultimate winning team and even predict who has the best shot at winning the next big championship. Scientists also rely on R to understand our planet. They take tons and tons of data about temperature and weather from many, many years ago, and then use R to create charts like this one. It's what helps them see patterns over a long time and really understand how our world is changing. And it is so, so important in healthcare. Doctors and scientists use R to track how diseases like the flu might spread through a town or a school. They also use it to study the results from tests of new medicines, making sure they're safe and that they actually work to keep us all healthy. Okay, so you've seen just how powerful R is, and now it's your turn. You can absolutely think like a data detective. And trust me, it's way easier than you might imagine. It's really just a simple four-step mission. First, you find the clues. That's all your numbers and data. Second, you use your decoder, a tool like R, to get everything organized. Third, you turn those numbers into pictures and charts so you can see the pattern. And finally, and this is the most important part, you tell the story of what you found out. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? We start with data, which, remember, is just a pile of numbers. We use a tool like R to turn it into useful information, like that bar chart we saw. And that information, well, that gives us insight, a really deep understanding that helps us make smarter decisions. So, from now on, whenever you see sports scores or a weather report or even the numbers on the back of a cereal box, I want you to think like a data detective. What secret stories are those numbers just waiting to tell you?